At the dusty shooting range outside a quiet Montana town, a group of young Marine recruits line up their rifles. Each shot misses the target. Frustration builds. Sergeant Miller shakes his head. Miller, sternly. You boys got the tools but not the touch. A worn-out pickup truck pulls up. Out steps Frank Dawson, a gray-bearded veteran with a calm smile and decades of experience behind those eyes. Frank sets his old rifle case on the bench. The recruits glance at his faded flannel shirt and worn boots, doubtful but curious. Recruit Jake, whispering, "Who's Grandpa?" Miller, "Show some respect. That Grandpa once trained the best snipers this country's ever seen." Frank chuckles softly. "Frank, let's see what myths you boys been believing." The recruits show off their fancy scopes and rangefinders. Frank picks up his simple bolt-action rifle with no digital gadgets. "Frank, tools help, but your eyes, they're your best optics." He squints toward the target, adjusts slightly, breathes deep. Bang! The bullet splits the bullseye. Silence follows. Jake, "No way! How'd you do that without a scope?" Frank, "You listen to the wind, son. Don't fight it. Read it." Frank kneels, plucks a blade of grass, and lets it fall. He points. "Frank, watch the dance. The wind tells you where to aim." The recruits follow his lead, adjusting just as he showed. Bang! The next shots hit closer to center. The boys cheer, their confidence rising. A recruit complains his rifle kicks too hard. Frank laughs. "Frank, it's not about power. It's about rhythm." He shows them how to relax their stance, sync breathing with trigger pull. Click! Bang! The shot glides dead center again. Miller, grinning. "Looks like we've been overthinking it." At a nearby diner, the team gathers around Frank. Locals recognize him. Nods, handshakes, smiles. Diner owner. Frank Dawson back at it again, teaching patience instead of pride. Frank stirs his coffee. "Frank, every skill's about humility. The target never lies. It only reflects your calm." The Marines challenge Frank to a friendly contest. Young versus old. Under the bright sun, both take turns shooting distant metal plates. Every shot rings true. But Frank's timing, his precision, his calm, wins hearts more than the score. Jake, smiling. "Guess age ain't the enemy after all." Frank lines up all the recruits and hands Jake his old, weathered notebook. Inside are handwritten lessons on wind, breathing, and patience. "Frank, these tricks aren't mine. They're America's. Passed down, one calm shot at a time." The recruits stand taller, prouder, understanding it's not just shooting they've learned, but focus and respect. Frank's truck drives off toward the horizon. Dust rises behind it. The recruits watch in silence. Miller, softly. "Old school still works because it's built on heart." Jake, "And heart don't go out of style." Weeks later, the same recruits teach new students quoting Frank's lines. Jake, "Don't fight the wind. Read it." The camera pans to the American flag waving over the range, sunlight glowing across the town. In a world full of gadgets, sometimes the best aim comes from an old-school heart.